amazing guests. Please, if you can hear me clearly, just let me know if you can hear me clearly so I can be sure that we're on the same page. Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to be having an amazing guest today, and it's definitely going to be joining us soon. Good evening, official AB Praise. Good evening. Trust you had a great day. Thank you so much for the response. Good evening, Yana. How are you doing? Good evening, everyone. We are going to be having. Thank you, Mr. AY. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to be having our guests join us as soon as possible. So watch out. This is going to be amazing. So while we wait for him to join us, I'm going to introduce him and read his bio. So, because our guest today is Prince Oluwatosin, for us that know him, for us that know the great things he's doing in the media space, in the communication space, and is a very, 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 very amazing individual. So, Prince Oluwatosin Odumoshu is a creative entrepreneur, media strategist, music business executive, and best-selling author with over a decade of experience in media and communications. As the founder and CEO of 247 Gospel Vibes, he leads a media talent management and marketing company dedicated to elevating Christian creatives worldwide. His innovative approach to digital media empowers artists, brands in today's digital landscape, making him a sought-after public speaker and trainer on topics such as branding, social media marketing, and corporate communications. In addition to 247 Gospel Vibes, Prince has founded High Fusion Production, a platform that equips churches with tools and strategies to enhance their outreach and also impact. He's also a co-founder of Tech Media Agency, a community that provides marketing solutions for businesses across different industries. And also beyond entertainment industry, Prince's passion for empowering African creatives is evident in his role as head of the Launchpad Africa, a community that supports entrepreneurship across the continent. Through his books and public platforms, he continues to inspire, educate, and shape the discourse around music business, digital media entrepreneurship, and personal growth, making a lasting impact on generations to come. So join me to welcome our guest, Mr. Prince Oluwatosin. Please just send in your best emojis, send in your
Evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing? How was your day?
Thank God. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you, so we need to know from our audience if they can hear you. So please, if you can hear our guest of the week, let me know in the comments. Just let me know if you can hear us loud and clear. Okay. So, you're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm very excited, and it's good to see your face.
No, my face is all over the internet now.
Are you sure? Yes, it's all over the internet, but we are seeing you like live and direct now. It's either we see you in videos, in posts, things like that. So now you are live. You are going to be talking to us live and direct, not recorded, but we are going to be speaking to us this night. So glad to have you. I hope you had a great day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on your platform. Yeah, it's been a long day. I tell you, it's been a long day, but Thank God. Thank God. It's just have to do this. It's part of what we do. And I really appreciate you for inviting me. Thank you for having me on your platform.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. And someone is saying the face is shiny. Oh, yes, it is shining. All right, so we are just okay. When we are just going to start right away, and so we're going to start with you talking to us and telling us about yourself. You know, we've read your bio and we've seen the great things you've done, but we'd still love to hear from you personally, because there are so many things I believe you have done that we might not even have read out, because if we were to start reading about you from now to tomorrow, we might not even exhaust the great things you've done. So please, can you just tell us about yourself, what you love? Obviously, we know you love communication, but you know there are still some little things that you might do that we actually do not know. So please just be free and tell us more about Prince.
Well, so to me, yeah, Prince Oluwatosin is all that you have read about, or you have talked about in the bio. I was even wondering where you got that bio from, because come on. I was wondering, I can't even remember what platform or that, but really detailed. So that is Prince Oluwatosin. So but the backstory is Prince Oluwatosin is a lover of God and basically driven by impact and passion for seeing creatives come to light, right? So that's just it. That's just the backstory. Every other thing now depends on what aspect of life you want me to really expatiate on, or what exactly you want to know about Prince. But I think one thing that might not be on that document, one of those things that might not be on that document, is the fact that on a lighter note, I'm a lover of plantain. I'm a lover of plantain, right? Right. I'm a lover of plantain. I've taken it today. Exactly. I've taken it today, right? And so that's just it, right? And one other thing that might not be so popular is the fact that a graduate of accounting, studied accounting in the university, right? Yeah, I get that a lot. So from accounting to media to tech to communications, right? That's just it. It happened, and we thank God. That's on the go.
Actually, I'm happy now that I have a brother who loves planting like I do. So, so tonight we are going to be talking about social media and personal branding. So it's going to be coming more. I would love you to speak more to us, although there are going to be questions, right? And so I'd love you to pick it from your background. You just mentioned the fact that you studied accounting. So a lot of young person might still be stuck in the I studied this, I studied that, and they might still find it difficult. It might find it difficult to be able to move or to be able to come out of that space where this is what. If imagine someone studying a particular course for over 7 years, and then at a point it seems like he might have to transition, and then so
Exactly.
I'd love you to speak to us. You studied accounting. How were you able to? What really fueled your passion? Is it that you were this media guy in school? Is it that somebody spoke to you, or you had a dream, or you heard from God, or it was just something that was inside of you that probably didn't find expression at a point, and maybe when you got the opportunity to find expression, it came out. So please just give like a background as to how you were able to. And then we know that you've been into this for over a decade, so it's a long time. You can imagine. So please just tell us the background to how you were able to move into this person you are now.
Wow, thank you. So now we need to flash back. I pray I'm granted retentive memory, right? So I can flash back as far back as possible. But one thing I can remember is shortly after my secondary school days, I struggled with gaining admission into the university. Right? So I was basically in that phase for roughly 5 years. We're struggling with admission, from JAMB to post-JAMB. For some universities, you've done the post-JAMB, and after 1 year, you get to, I think 1 or 2. I remember Olabisi Onabanjo University. I put in for Olabisi Onabanjo University. I was in Olabisi Onabanjo University for a year plus. Later to find out that my name is not even on the portal or on their platform, right? On the school database rather. Then after that, I did TASUED, Taisholari University. I also did that for a year, then a year plus and all that. Then I discovered that there was no even way along this area at all, right? So then it was there that I got to, while still trying to figure out university moves and all that, that was where I basically ventured into entrepreneurship rather, right? So I was this music person in my church. Then from there, I worked in a music studio. As a professional backup singer, and also studio engineer and all that. So it was there that I kind of grounded myself in the music space. You get, so grounding myself in the music space between that time, right? So happened to help me transition fully into the media space, because basically I was working in a studio, and I discovered that quite a number of artists that come to the studio to record and all that, they find it so hard, right? They find it so hard to put their song out there and to promote it and to put it out and to push it out. So I discovered that that gap that needed to be filled. Right, then we started looking for ways and all that then the interest for media started growing from that area. You understand? But while still doing that, I was also into decorations. I do decorations, event planning and all that, cake baking, and all, right? I do cake, we go to events, we serve, and we do quite, just trying to fill up that space and finding purpose within that space while still trying to, sort myself to ensure that I gain admission into a university. It was just basic that I needed to not feel so empty or unfulfilled, because my mates were actually gaining admission and all that. And funnily enough, I gained admission 5 years after. 5 years after. So it was 5 years after secondary school that I gained admission into a university, a National Open University, Abeokuta. So now I had to bring in all that into university. So once I got into the university, I come into school on Monday and I'm out of school on Thursday, right? Because I already have a business. I already have a, what do we call it now? I had an event business. I had to get, weekends are for events, right? So I had an event business I had to jump on, right, during the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Once that is done, Sundays I do church music, I do my studio gigs, Friday night studio gigs, Friday night music backup gigs and all that. Then Monday Monday we come back to school. You get? So I do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in school. Once it's Thursday again, I'm out for the next gig, for the next event, because basically I had to sort myself out of school, right? And that was basically what was driving me, right? Then I got to a point that I discovered that it was time for me to stop the event business. It was time for me to stop the event business and kind of focus more on something else that is maybe at the moment more profitable, less stressful, and something that wouldn't actually take me so much out of school, right? So that I can at least still focus more on school, and ensure that we still graduate and we get why we are there, right? So then it was there that I developed interest for digital media. It was then National Open University, the structure basically was so easy, and for me, we had a lecture center where I go in every Tuesday to Thursday. I go in to study, to take courses, all those courses and all that. And right behind us, we had these tech guys, computer science guys, right? Those computer science guys, they were doing their practicals, doing web design, HTML, coding, and all that. And we were studying accounting. We take our courses on accounting and all. So it was there that I just discovered I'm getting so drawn to this tech space, this media space, or this tech space, and I just had to enroll for those computer science guys. I just had a conversation with them and I had to enroll in their class, right? So while I'm done maybe doing whatever course we have, right, I go into the computer science class, more of an extra class, or I've forgotten what they call it, maybe study center or something, I've forgotten, right? So I learn HTML, learn CSS, learn all those things. It was basically there that I just discovered that I had this music background, I had this tech what do we call it now, tech experience a little bit, right? And I also have this business experience a little bit. I've done event decoration, I've done music gigs, production and all that. So just why not just put 1 2 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 together and bring out something great out of it. Then I discovered that my passion for gospel music will surely be there, right? Then I said, now it's time for you to now learn something better. Now try to put in to ensure that you understand what you're trying to do in this space. Then I remember I sold one BlackBerry bold, maybe bold 7, or I can't remember. I was using this one big BlackBerry. Then I sold it for maybe about 70 something thousand naira or something, just to come to Lagos to learn. Maybe I just came to Lagos and I learned digital marketing. You get? So learned digital marketing. Digital marketing is all encompassing. You have email marketing, you have web design, you have graphic design, you have all these social media marketing, social media this, social media that. And I just came in one day just to learn that stuff, and after that day we are off. I can't remember how much I paid, but I know I spent roughly that BlackBerry that I sold on the training, right? So I sold it and I came to Lagos, just one day masterclass on this and that, just to have foundational knowledge on this and that. And from there, it just gradually going fully into that space, fully into the space now. Then because I was, and while I was still in school, I think it was my second year in school, thereabout, when I stopped the event decoration kind of thing, right? I had to start my own business, which is 247 Gospel Vibes. So I started 247 Gospel Vibes while I was in school. I started it while I was in school, and I had to learn all these things because, as a student, I am still trying to fend for myself. I'm still trying to sort myself out of school. And remember, I got in 5 years after I came into the school. I got admission with my junior brother. So it was basically 2 loads on me. I had to just sort everything for 2. So it was necessary for me to ensure that there is actually a source of income and something I'm passionate about, something I can still do while I'm still, studying and schooling. So 247 came about. I couldn't afford to pay a graphics designer. I couldn't afford to pay a web designer, web developer, social media, whatever. I was still a student. I couldn't afford all those things. So I'm more of self-taught, right? So I had to learn all these things myself. Go for events, take pictures, and we edit the pictures, we take videos, edit the videos, work with gospel artists here and there, do designs for them. When there are some challenges come up, you go on YouTube and you search, how do I do this, because I just need to get this money from these people. They need to pay me, and I need to sort myself, and I need to also sort myself out of school, and my junior brother is there. Family is also expecting something. So it was basically that journey. And then from there to a stage that we are today, right? Where we are today, a decade after 247. By October, 247 Gospel Vibes will be 10 years, and obviously it will be 10 years. And obviously I've started in the media space roughly about 5 years before starting 247 Gospel Vibes. So over a decade in the industry, we keep learning, we keep gaining one information here and there, attending events, attending conferences. I remember those days while I was still so my university was Abeokuta. I studied in Abeokuta, so I come from Abeokuta to Lagos. I remember those days. I come from Abeokuta to Lagos for conferences, for events, just one day events, just one day expose, one day this, one day that, and then from there, we thank God. We thank God how far we have come, and this is how far God has been helping us, right? I hope I've not bored you with you asked for the background. You asked for the background, and the background is really a long story, right? So that's it. Exactly. Yeah. There were days like that. Surely there were days like that, and of course, as at then I was still. I can't really say I was really strong in Christ or something like that here, but we're still growing. We're still young, right? Still growing in Christ and all that. But one thing I was so sure of is after some of these things, there were times I because I was trying to literature review. So because I was trying to, what is the issue? So I'll put in for one, what do we call it? Extra lesson here, extra lesson this, meet new people, and you discover that a year after, these new people, these new friends that you met gained admission, and you are still putting in for the next extra lesson and saying, guys, I did not gain admission this year. Let's do it again. Let's try it again, right? And a lot of jam classes here and there, right? A lot of post-UTME, what do we call it now? Extra courses, extra lessons here and there. and you keep doing jump, keep doing post jump and all that. So I would be lying, or of course I can't really remember right now, but I would be lying. Thinking about it, I would be lying if I say I wasn't depressed. You get? I'm sure I was depressed. There were times that I was depressed, right? But one thing is, like I said, instead of staying idle, I was finding purpose in other things. So I didn't gain admission here. I didn't gain admission, fine. But I was doing events. I was doing event decorations. I was baking. I do cake. I assist people in baking. I do events. I do decorations for my church. I do music in church. I go to studios So those things actually filled the emptiness I should have been feeling, or maybe the depression, right? And my love for music just moved from one studio to the other, one studio session to the other, one studio session to the other, one music session to the other, one event session to the other, one night vigil to the other, and I was basically just church, music, events, trainings, music, church, events, trainings. Still, that stuff happened, the admission clicked, and yeah, we moved. So if I say I wasn't depressed, no. Although I can't remember right now, but thinking about it, I can say for sure I was depressed, but thank God I was able to get out of
it. One thing I took from what you said is the fact that you were not idle. Despite the fact that you weren't getting what you wanted. All you wanted at the point was the admission.
Yeah.
But you saw the opportunity where you didn't get what you wanted to actually find purpose. Okay, you were doing something. At least it's not that you were just sitting down and then you were just thinking maybe something was just going to come to the house, but you were doing something, and it was because you actually were doing a lot of things, and then you were trying to see, okay, which one is going to work. So as a young person, it's okay to not have a full grasp of what you're eventually going to become. Rather than just sitting down and then hoping that, okay, something is going to happen. It's fine if we actually find ourselves doing something, even if it's to assist in the church, even if it's to assist somebody, to work under somebody, is a good thing, instead of just sitting down and then hoping that, okay, something is going to work out. So it's okay, like you said, you were doing events. I'm sure you must have done maybe ushering, you must have done all of those serving of food, decoration, like you said. You did a lot. That means you were not just idle, you did something. So today now we should do something as young people. We should not just sit down hoping that something is going to happen. It's when we are doing something, it's when we find ourselves doing a particular thing, that's when doors begin to open for us. And then you went ahead to say that you sold a phone. Sold BlackBerry was like iPhone of this. Like BlackBerry was like iPhone. No, imagine you sold your phone and you said you came to Lagos for a master class, for a training that was just one day, if I'm correct. So just one day, right?
Of course, one day, but by the time we look into it thoroughly, maybe 4 hours or 3 hours or something. Right.
You see, you actually sold your phone for a training. So we should actually not take our eyes off the fact that, so you will see flyers on, okay, 1 day training, 2 day training, pay 5K, pay 2K. Some people don't even want, they just want free things, free class, free this. So it's okay. That's like an investment you made, and that investment actually yielded results for you. Imagine you didn't make that investment. Imagine traveling all the way to just attend an event in Lagos and see what the event has done. You're just roughly 4 hours, 3 hours, right? So it's important that we actually invest. You might be investing your time, investing your money. Okay, investing your time, investing your money, investing your resources in assisting somebody, volunteering. Okay, you can take pictures. Okay, you can record videos. Okay, you can teach. Okay, you can do graphics design. Why not just volunteer for a role and you see how it's going to pave way for you. And one thing you also said was, one thing I also took from your experience is the fact that you took the extra mile, like taking the extra mile doing something. And I remember you also mentioned that, okay, when you were about to gain admission, you gained admission into a now, and then when you were in your own class, there were some set of guys who were, just in the same study room by yourself, and you felt like a drone, like, these guys, I'm just interested in what these guys are doing, let me try. So it's okay to try. Don't just sit down and feel like, oh, this is me, this is the course I'm studying, okay, this is what I came for. So let's try to also explore. Is in that point where you're actually exploring something else and say, let me see if there is something around this path. And you spoke to those guys, and those guys, thank God, they were welcoming enough to even bring you into their own circle.
Sorry, yes, they were welcoming enough, but I also had to pay.
Yeah, you see now, investment.
You
have to pay
a monthly subscription for learning.
You can imagine. So, you've invested, and that's the most important thing. We should invest. As much as it's okay to invest in land, to invest in buying properties, we must invest in ourselves, because it's going to yield you results. You were paying monthly subscription. If you meet persons now to actually come and do something like that, they'll say, have I even eaten? I never chop. I never chop. We thought I can come do monthly subscriptions, come and learn what. So leave me alone, Jerry. Let me be managing. It's I don't know. So let's take that extra step. Let's take that course. Let's invest that 2,000 for a boot camp, that 5,000 for a master class. All of these things at the end of the day is going to, you don't even know which one is going to pay off. Like the Bible will say, I can't remember the scripture now. You throw your seed here, you don't even know which one is going to germinate actually. So let's not be too boxed up and say, okay, I'm studying this particular course, I'm working in this particular institution, let me just be doing this. It's okay if we explore. It's okay if you take a course, even if that course is not in your field. You don't even know if, when opportunities come, it's very good when we harness those opportunities, and how we don't even know where it's going to take us and how it's going to go. So, not to take much of our time, I want you to just explain this personal branding. To some persons it's a lot. Some persons don't even know what it is. How am I going to say, okay, personal branding? What exactly am I branding? Am I even a brand? I don't even have any business. And then on my social media account, I just have 10 followers. How do I start? Those are questions. I went for an event over the weekend last week, and then I actually met some ladies, and they even said they don't even have Instagram account. They say, well, they don't need it, Jare. That kind of thing. So can you just explain to us what personal branding is and how we can leverage social media?
Thank you. See, so the truth of the matter is, personal branding is a lot. It's not a conversation we can exhaust in maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, right? For personal branding, full personal branding training or masterclass, we can still be looking at a week or 1 month. There are 1 month trainings. 1 month trainings just to ensure that we look into the nitty-gritty of personal branding. And the truth of the matter is also that there are several definitions out there on what personal branding is, right? There is the Google, Meta. Thank God for AI now. AI will still give you a kind of definition of personal branding. But the main my way of really explaining personal branding is basically the way you portray yourself for people to perceive you in the light at which you want to be portrayed. You get what I'm saying? So personal branding is more of an intentional and conscious effort. To influence people's perception about you. You get, and that is why you see some set of people, even without you seeing their face, you already know that this is this person. You get, when you see Kiki, or let's say you don't even see Kiki, or you just heard Kiki's voice, right? You can put a name to the voice. No, that is Kiki. Why? Because of course it's who she is, and the way she portrays humor in her speaking tone, in her tone, and all that, right? And when you see some set of people, when we talk about some set of people, you can say that this is this person, this is this person. And now the question will be, right? And I love to tell people this, right? Most people don't like feedbacks, right? But the first way to define your personal brand here is to ask anyone around you, who do you think I am? The Bible, Jesus Christ in his journey in life, he asked his disciples, who do you guys think I am? Or who do they say I am? That is one step to personal branding. You get, when now, like I said, it's a conscious effort, an intentional effort to shaping the perspective of people about you. And this is in no way how do I put it now? This is in no way encouraging people to be biased, or to be how do I put it now? Exactly, pretentious. It is not. But ask one or two persons around you, who do you think I am? What can you say about me? What is this person saying about me? Thank God for social media. Thank God for Instagram. Thank God for WhatsApp. Thank God for what do you call it? Insta story. You can just basically right now, after this session, you can just put it on your status, put it on your WhatsApp status, put it on your Instagram. Tag me, I don't mind. Tag me at I am Prince Oluwatosin. Tag me, right? Ask people, who do you think I am? What can you say about me? Then when you get the understanding, or when you collate those things, from there you can now define what people think about you, or what your personal brand is. You get, we are all a brand. Every one of us, we are a brand. It's not about, when you are talking about a brand, it's not the business. It's not until you launch one business, or you launch one product, or you launch one this and all that. You as a person, you are a brand. You as a person, you are a product. Now ask people, what do you think of this, my product? What can they say about you? When you see me, when you hear my name, when they talk about me, when they say that is Prince, tell me something about Prince Oluwatosin. Tell me something about Beatrice. What can you say? When we collate those things, you can now then define what your personal brand is, or understand what your personal brand is. And that leads me to, after you've been able to collate that, now you now ask one question. And the question is, am I proud of this definition, of this perception about me? Do I want people to know me in this light? You get what I'm saying? Do I want people to know me in this light? Is this what Meta AI will even still do something for you now? Who is Prince Oluwatosin? Meta AI will bring out stuff for you. When you see those profiles, or when you see that profile, you ask yourself, am I proud of this? Is this the kind of brand I want people to know me as? Is this the kind of brand I want to be perceived as? You get what I'm saying? Then if yes, then it's now time to double down on it. And I'll say, okay, so let us put in more effort to better project this to people. And I know we will still get there, and that leads us to how you can develop your personal brand and all that. I know we'll still get there, or maybe there might be a question around that sometimes in the future, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So when you're able to do that, you now say, yes, okay, so this personal brand, or this perception about me, I like it. No, I so love this perception about me. this perception about what these people are telling me about me is giving me goosebumps. Now, let us double down on it. You get, right? Now, let us double down on it. Then, the second question is, yes, if you don't like it, now, you ask yourself, how can I shape people's perception about me? I want to be known for something. I want to be known for something. I want to be seen for something. I want my values, my ways of life, my values and all that to be known. By the time they say Prince Oluwatosin, or they have said a lot of things about Prince Oluwatosin, and you are asking yourself, no, so these things they said about me, this is negative, this is negative, this is negative, this is negative. I don't want them. How can I change them to positive? You get what I'm saying? Now, that intentional effort, that conscious effort to changing those negative perceptions about you into a positive perceptions about you is what is called personal branding. You get what I'm saying? And personal branding is a journey. Branding in general is a journey. You are a brand. As a brand that you are growing on a daily basis. So it is a journey, and that is why there is the continuous ing, branding. You get what I'm saying? So it's a journey. You don't achieve the peak of your personal brand, or the peak of your brand, or the peak of your growth in one day, in 1 month, in 1 year, in 2 years. You get what I'm saying? So that is basically how to know your personal brand. Some people will say, I don't have a personal brand. No, you have a brand. You have a personal brand. Now, do my exercise. Do the exercise I have given you right now, and you will understand what your personal brand is. If you think you don't have a personal brand, do this exercise. When you get positive comments about you, then you ask yourself, this positive comment about who is on this call? Let me see. This positive comment about Dedotun, Lydia, this positive comment about Olami, Victoria, this positive comment about Awele, right? Do I want to be known for these things? It's possible you get positive comments and you still don't want to be known for those positive comments. Jesus.
Nigeria.
That is one of our personal branding in Nigeria. Nigeria and NEPA and lights. All right. So just give me few seconds to.
No problem.
All right.
Wow, what an amazing session. I hope we are learning. So, do we have questions? You can begin to craft your questions already. Diversity Global is laughing. Yeah, so can imagine. Do they want respect? Okay, so if you have questions, you can begin to type out your questions and write them down, so when our guest is back, I'll be able to answer those questions. So and also we have an assignment, which is you should ask a question. You should have asked about 2 questions on our social media platforms. That's, who do you think I am? So that's an assignment for us on WhatsApp, on Snapchat, on Facebook, on Instagram. You can tag myself, tag I am Prince Tosin. Who do you think I am? What can you say about me? And let's see what responses we are going to get from our people. And trust me, you will definitely have people who will give you honest responses. You'll also have people who would also give you negative response. So let's also be open to embrace any of the responses that actually comes, both the negative and the positive. You are then the one that will begin to now sieve out what you want, that you want the positive one or you want the negative, and then that would give you an overview of your kind of brand. So for those of us that are just joining, this is Daily Update with Beatrice. Okay, people always think that I'm a pastor, and the thing is always making me angry. I think I guess to come and respond to this. So people always think I'm a pastor, and the thing is always making me angry. And the question is, are you not a child of God? If you're a child of God, then be okay if they are calling you pastor now. So someone says that people always think he's a pastor, and then it's always making him angry. So what exactly are you? Just so you are the one that will now ask yourself, okay, what am I? Because that means what they have been portraying over the years, over the time, has been in line of maybe pastoral duties, and people just have this perception that okay, pastor. Some persons, even from the way they look, people begin to put pastor in their names, pastor this, pastor that, you get. So you are the one that will now ask, okay, am I really a pastor? Have I been doing things around these pastoral duties and all? Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
There is a liar.
Yeah.
Hey, can you imagine? What happened to our life again? So, diversity global. So, if I believe that if you actually think very well, you must have been doing things that around pastoral duties. Maybe you host programs, or maybe the way you talk, or maybe even your activities in school if you are still a student, or maybe even your activities outside, the way you address people, who knows, it might just be what. But my own question is, okay, if you don't want them to call you pastor, what do you then want them to call you? So diversity global is here. If you don't, yes, I'm a child of God, but they will say that you have a call from the is so deep. This one is deep. Who are the people that say you have a call of God? Well, I think you should just sit down, think about it, and you can even ask questions from God Himself, and let Him really tell you if truly you have a call from God. They are going to do. And also, let's not forget, as children of God, as Christians, whether we hear God's voice audibly, okay, I'm calling you to do this. We are all called. We are all called towards the Great Commission. So it's okay. Yes, you have a call from God to save those that are lost, right? So it's okay. Yes, it's okay to be sincere. It's okay. Yes, I have a discussion series titled Navigating Life from a Christian. You see now? So it's okay. Pastor is a title. It's all dependent on what you do. So like you said, you have a discussion series titled Navigating Life from a Christian perspective. Yes, I'm sure it's online. It doesn't even have to be on the pulpit. So I believe that you already are on that path. It's just that yours might not be in the church. I remember not everybody is actually going to be in the church, on the pulpit, doing the pastoral duties. We all have a call one way or the other in our businesses, in our schools, places of work. You understand. So I think it's okay. Just embrace it though. Embrace it. At least a good thing. They are calling you pastor now. Pastor, global pastor. You're welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much. So for our pastor here, the truth of the matter is, as long as you are in faith and you are in Christ, you have been called to greater works, right? You have been called to greater works, and you are basically or definitely going to be known, or like she said, right? Depending on your movement, how have you been moving? What have you been doing before now? But one thing I want us to understand is we are all called, but we don't all. We are all called, but we don't all have to be on the pulpit, right? We don't all have to be on the pulpit. That's just it. We don't have to be on the pulpit before you can. We need a lot of persons in the fashion industry, a lot of Christians in the fashion industry. We need a lot of Christians in politics. We need a lot of Christians in the entertainment industry. We need a lot of Christians that are ready to fulfill purpose, that are ready to fulfill God's calling in all sphere of life, right? So it doesn't have to be in the church. It doesn't have to be on the pulpit. It doesn't have to be on the altar. Are you getting me? Right. So that's just it. That's just what it is. Now the question is, go back to God and ask God, where do you want me to fulfill purpose? Where do you want me to fulfill purpose? If people are seeing it around you already, people are seeing it. If it's not on the altar, right, then God will definitely give you instructions and directions on where you should be fulfilling purpose. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, right? So I think that is that. That is that. So where did we stop? Okay, we're talking about personal branding. So
Yes,
yeah,
it was explaining
yeah,
personal.
yeah. So there are personal branding identifiers, right? There are personal branding identifiers, and that is where you see color. Some people color, maybe logo. It can be color, it can be logo, it can be your hairstyle, it can be the way you look, it can be your fashion sense, it can be it depends. It's like okay, so when I talk about personal brand, especially for the entertainment industry and for the gospel space where I function, and when I'm speaking to gospel artists on personal branding, I love to make use of some set of people, right? If you're on this call and you know Judy K, right? You know Judy K. You see Judy K's glasses. That is an identifier. That is a personal branding identifier for Judy K, right? If you see Mercy Chinwo, you see Abere, it's an identifier for Mercy Chinwo. You get? And that is why you see Nathaniel Bassey will be white. You see Imao My God, the kind of music he does, the Woro vibe, Jelenke vibe and all that is an identifier. So there are several personal branding identifiers. We are not even talking about logo. It doesn't when we are talking for corporate brands, you can talk about logo, you can talk about this and all that. To some personal brand, it can just be fonts. The kind of fonts you are using in your publications, in your social media publications, all that. You are sticking to one font. And the truth of the matter is colors, they have some psychology. There are psychology colors. When people see yellow, there's a certain message that yellow sends. There is a certain message that is attached to red. There is a certain message that is attached to maroon colors. There is a certain message that is attached to white, blue, orange. Those are personal brand identifiers. You get what I'm saying? So several identifiers. It can be a slang. It can be a slang like this guy. Let's give me some slangs now that we know of. Give me some slangs that we know of now. There's this guy now. What's his? You said what?
Okay, the comedy
comedy guys, all these comedy guys.
We know that it is associated with Mama Diola.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. We know that it's Mama Diola, right? Mr. Macaroni is saying something in his sphere. I've forgotten his slangs, right? But it can be slangs. It can be one word. It can be. Those are identifiers. So as a person, you discover that you love to put on white. Most of your outfits are white. If you are not on white, if you see a media guy, you see Oyekon. Thank you. If you see a media guy outside, yeah, the one way for you to know that this guy is a media person, just try to observe him. You see them on black. They have a lot of blacks, and that is why I'm inside and I'm on black. I'm sweating like this, right? It's just what it is. What we are used to is our brand when it comes to the media space. You get what I'm saying? So there are identifiers. There are a lot of things like that. So it can be color, it can be logo, it can be when you see Nike, Nike has one slogan. Maybe just do it, right?
Yes, just do it.
Just do it. That's for corporate brands. For corporate brands, it's kind of different. There are several ways to go about it, right? But for personal brands, that's basically it, right?
Yeah.
I hope I've been able.
Thank you so much. Already you've given us an assignment, of which I want to which I want to believe that we are going to actually do the assignment. So let's not forget, go on your social media pages, on your status, on your stories, ask questions, ask people, okay, who do you think I am? What can you say about me? And definitely you would, if you have honest persons on your contact list, you
Yeah.
would definitely see persons who are going to just tell you. Although some person might also be wondering, why are you asking this question this night? But it's okay to ask, because there are sometimes you are just like, these people, you want to actually portray yourself in a certain way, but the way people are receiving it, they are not receiving it as you want them to receive it. So if you ask those questions this night, you are definitely going to, at least there will be a truth in a lot of comments, so you are definitely going to get responses. So just like our guest said, personal branding or branding generally is a whole lot of topic. Even in sports, you also have branding in sports and all.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you can also go ahead to read from it. And I don't know if our guests will be having any class soon on this particular topic, so that we can have more persons who will get who will get understanding on branding and how they can brand themselves, and also leveraging social media platforms. So there is a question I actually want to ask. There's a particular video I saw, and somebody said that you might be a celebrity. You might be a celebrity on TikTok and you will not be a celebrity on Instagram. You might be a celebrity on Facebook and you will not be a celebrity on Threads. So I want you to give a context to that. So how, because how is it that there are some platforms that are for some persons, or is it that you cannot thrive on all the platforms? Or I don't know if you get my point.
Yeah.
I think you already get my question.
I get your point. Thank you very much for that question here. So the truth is, we have so many platforms at the moment. Each platform with its with its algorithm. Each platform with what works best on the platform. Right? TikTok, the strategies on TikTok is different. The strategies to go viral on Instagram is different. The strategies for Facebook is different. The audience on TikTok is also different from the audiences on Instagram. It's also different from the audience on Facebook. You get what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is, you just need to understand who your audience are, right? I think before I just jump into that, let me quickly tell us how to build your personal brand. You know, the strategies to building your personal brand, because in one of the strategy is knowing your audience. I hope we'll still be able to talk about it. Right? It's knowing your audience and knowing the platform that works best for you. You don't have to be on all the platforms together. You don't have to be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all that to get at once, right? Except you have the capacity to get it done. If you don't have the capacity to, I would advise that you just choose the best three for you. For some of us, we love to write a lot. We love to write a lot, and you are not even interested in maybe video. You are not interested in design. You are not interested. You just love to write. Just type it out as raw as it is. Then you should understand that Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn is your best place to be. You get what I'm saying? So it's possible that you are going viral on Twitter, and your content, the same content, is not going viral on Facebook. And that's because the audiences on those platforms are different. The ways to go viral on Facebook is different from Twitter. The ways to go viral on Twitter is different from LinkedIn. It's different from TikTok. So it's possible you are a celebrity. It's even possible you are a celebrity online. You are a celebrity online and you are nobody in real life. You get what I'm saying? It's possible. And that is where we need to understand that building or developing a personal brand or building a personal brand goes beyond social media. Yes, you are known for something on social media, right? But what are you known for in life? Real life, within your family. What are you known for? What are you known for? Is it the same thing you are known for online? If you are a
funny person and all that person online, and you are all dishing out, not just dishing out this, dishing out that online, and you are gaining massive followers and all that. When Instagram decides to show you shaggy like they did to me, right? And they brought down my 13K followers. They deleted the account, both Facebook and Instagram. The account was deleted, and exactly this account, I think this is the first official live video I'm doing on this account.
Oh.
Because this is like a new platform, a new Instagram account, right? If Instagram decides, or TikTok or anything decides to shut you down today, is that all? We are talking about personal branding, right? It goes beyond social media. So you can also be viral. You can be a celebrity on TikTok, but you are not a celebrity on Facebook. But you are nobody on Instagram. So it's also it can be a win-win. It's just nice that you understand where your audience are and you focus on that. When you know what is working on what platform, double down on it. You get, for someone like me, I love to come up once in a while on video, once in a while I love pictures, once in a while, I dilute it once in a while with text, with this, with that. I'm able to just stay consistent because I'm a visual person. You get what I'm saying? I'm a visual person, but you might not be that same person. You might not know how to do design. You might not know how to come on camera. You might not know how to do this. Forget how bold I am like this. Oh, forget. Going on camera is different. It's a different thing entirely, right? I'm doing this because I'm teaching, and you are seeing energy and all that. If you watch my videos, you will know that I don't have this energy in real life, right? Except when it's time for me to, teach and communicate with people like this and all that. I put all my passion and all into it. So you just need to, it's just good for us to understand what works for us. If it's TikTok that works for you, fine, focus on TikTok, double down on it. If it is Instagram, focus on Instagram, double down on it, right? So I think that is it. That just solidifies the fact that, yeah, it's possible for you to be a celebrity on TikTok and you are not known on Instagram. And it's possible for you to be a celebrity on social media, but you are nobody in real life, right?
That's deep. That's deep. I think we can just even end this night already. There's a lot that you said. There's a lot that you've learned.
I think I should just speak on something, which is how to build your personal brand, maybe strategies to build your personal brand. I'll just give you a step, right? There are steps to doing this, right? And the first thing, after you've done my assignment, after you've done my assignment, you know what people are saying about you, you know the perception of people about you, right? And you can now decide, this perception about me, is it what I want to be known for, or do I want to change the perception about me, right? If you got positive feedback, ask yourself, do I want to change the perception about me? If you got negative feedback, ask yourself, how do I change this perception about me, right? And that is what I want to quickly talk about. And the first thing is to discover your purpose. Discover your purpose. Know what you are. Discovering purpose is a journey, though. It's a journey. There was a time my purpose was into events. I just have to, I was fulfilling purpose. I was enjoying life. I was enjoying all that. Okay. Yeah, that's where we are going. Hint on building an audience. That's where we are going, right? So discover your purpose. If you're able to discover purpose, you know what you want to be known for in life, know what you want to achieve in life, tell your story, understand what makes you unique, what makes, when you're within your friends and family, what interests you. There are some conversations that I will be very quiet. I'm a very quiet person in real life. I'm a very calm, collected, calm and collected, yeah.
Calm, cool and collected.
Calm, cool and collected. In real life, there are conversations that, although I have things to say, but I would never talk about them. I will never join that conversation. It doesn't make me tick. I don't I don't see myself fulfilling purpose in some those conversations. But there are some conversations that no, forget them. We did here, we died here, we go talk calm. You get what I'm saying? So just understand what makes you tick. When you understand these things, then you know what your purpose is in life. Your purpose, like I said, discovering purpose is a journey. It can be one thing today and it can be something else tomorrow. But ensure that you've been able to fulfill purpose today. When you are moving to the next thing, ensure that you are fulfilling purpose there. Once you understand that, you now create a unique value proposition. Creating a unique value proposition is what is that unique thing that I want to be known for. If you are talking about, okay, so I've discovered my purpose and all that. I discovered that, yeah, I'm a poet. I love to talk. I love to do this. I love to do that, right? So now I want to now start pushing myself out as a poet. You get what I'm saying? I want to find a way to discover myself as a poet, yeah? Now, create something unique. And that is why you see when Salem King started content creation, right? It was basically one format of content, black and white. Black and white. When people see that, they know, okay, Salem King, right? And the way at which he communicates and all that. So you need to just create a unique proposition. We call it unique selling point. So discover your unique selling point, USP. It can also be called UVP, unique value proposition. What is that value that makes you unique, right? Once you discover that, you now need to find your audience. There is an audience for everybody, irrespective of the village that is already on social media, irrespective of the billions of people that are already in that space. You have an audience that are ready to listen to what you have to say, because your perspective is different from Beatrice's perspective, is different from Korede's perspective. Yes, we are saying the same thing. We are talking about personal branding. I've been talking about personal branding for a while. I'm sure if I invite her once again to my own talk show to talk about personal branding, she will talk about personal branding in a different light. You get what I'm saying? So there's an audience for everybody. But one thing is, be able to discover your purpose, create your unique selling points or unique value proposition, then find your audience. Where are your audience? When you know where your audience is, are they on Instagram, are they on TikTok, are they this, are they that? We all have our audience and they are online. My belief is, know your audience, then discover where they are, then go to them. How do you go to your audience? By creating content and by showing up. There's a book I'm working on. It's called, I tagged it, Show Up and Show Off. Show up and show off. As creatives and as Christians, right, we believe that showing off is a bad thing. But the truth of the matter is, you need to show up and you need to show off, because you have it, we have it. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying you should, but I don't know how to put it. You know, we all have our mentality about showing off. But my own mentality about showing off is, yes, you are good at what you do. Let the world know that you are good at what you do. You are good at what you do. Let the world know that you are good at what you do. Show up and show up. Show up and show up. Yeah, I have a book coming up. I hope I'm able to finish it. That is just the title. Show up and show up. Show up and show up. Right? You already know your purpose. You already know what your unique selling point is or what your value is. You already know where your audience are. Now you need to go to them. Show up in their faces. As creatives, like I said, yeah, we are our best kept secrets. We are our best kept secrets. We handle, as I am like this, I handle a lot of creative projects for people. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to my personal project, to finish them, na a lot of work. It's a lot of work to finish our personal project. So that's why I said as creatives, we are our best kept secrets, because our project might not see the light of the day. Even when it sees the light of the day, even when we are able to achieve that thing that we want to achieve, or that goal, or that project, right? We just see it as one of those things, and we might not talk about it. We might not do a lot of things about it. Whereas that little thing, 1% of that 10% of, okay, so you did 10%. Someone else will do 1% of that 10%, and will make noise about it. And the whole world will be asking, Kilo Shade, is this not what you did? What is Kini Babara now? Why is she, you get what I'm saying? So show up and show up. Then collaborate more often. Work with people. Like this we are doing now, it's collaboration, right? I am being introduced to Beatrice's audience. Beatrice is being introduced to my audience. When the content is being published on social media platforms and all that, we collaborate with each other, and it shows on my page, it shows on our page. You get what I'm saying? So I hope with this, right, I've been able to answer that question that says, how do you build an audience to a point that they can trust you? You get it? With all these that I've said, I believe I've been able to answer that question, because there is something we call KLT. There's also something we call KLT. No, like, and trust. No, like, trust. It's in marketing, right? The last thing that people will do is trust you. That's the last thing. And it takes a whole lot for people to trust you. You get what I'm saying? But before they can trust you, they need to know you. They need to like you. And that is where these 5 things that I've talked about comes in. The way they know you, they cannot know you until you have discovered your own purpose. They cannot know you, or they cannot like you until there is something valuable, different that you are offering. Something unique that you are offering. People cannot trust you until they see that you've shown up. You are showing up over time. You are creating a lot of things. You are creating content here and there. You are creating content, video content. You are showing us behind the scene. You are showing us how you see, content is a lot, but we need to stop because the time is going, right? We need to stop, but it's a lot. But with these 5 strategies here, people will be able to know you, they like you, and they trust you. And that is where you are able to build an audience that knows, or that can really vouch for your personal brand. You are a brand. Never forget that. You are a brand. And the unique way for you to explore and to show off your expertise, your knowledge, that which you carry, the passion which you have inside of you, is to just stay consistent. Just stay consistent. Like I said, consistency is not easy, but it is a necessary ingredient. Consistency is not easy, but it is a necessary ingredient, right? I'll just end on that. Consistency is not easy, but it is a necessary ingredient for you to build a personal brand, a business brand, or whatever kind of brand that you want to build. So thank you very much for having me. I hope I've not taken a lot of our time. I don't talk. I don't know how to talk.
It's all from your heart.
Yeah.
I get
That's it. So thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a whole lot. I want to just request that we still go back. It's going to be published by the grace of God. We still go back to still watch. Even myself, I still go back to watch these live sessions, learn from them, and see where I can be able to add 1 or 2 things and also about what I do. So please, thank you so much, our guest. I don't know if you can just answer a question if anyone has a question. Because of time, please, any questions? So I guess can answer a question and then we close for today. Do we have any questions?
Someone is asking, what is this live for? This live, we are talking about personal branding. We are talking about personal branding and the use of social media. Right?
Yes.
Personal branding, social media.
Yes. So I don't think there are questions. Please, before I guess goes, because you might not be able to see his face again. You might just be saying his post. So please ask questions if you do have questions. Ask questions. Brand building, yes, brand building. And I've learned a lot. You know, that particular assignment you gave us, I want to just hope that everyone is going to go ahead to do that, and we're actually definitely going to see what kind of brand, because a lot of people are actually struggling or might be struggling. They're like, you're trying to do something, you're not getting results, and then that issue of social media platforms that you mentioned, a lot of persons are like, I even have a lot of followers, like myself. I have followers on Facebook over 3,000, but you just be saying 10 likes, you know. I just left it to be chilling. Right? So it's very important to know the platforms that work for you, and then if your content, you know, suits your kind of audience. And you might not be able to find your audience at once. It's by the time you constantly create content, they're able to know that, okay, this set of persons are liking it, okay, these are the kind of content my audience is liking, let me do more content towards that particular area. You actually see the results. So I don't think there are questions though. So please, for the last time, have questions so we can just close for today. I really want to appreciate you, sir, for your time. Like, I'm sure it was a long day, you know, you had to still spare this 1 hour 30 minutes for us, and it's a great one. We are so grateful. I'm very happy, and so thank you.
So thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me on your platform. I do not take it for granted. Irrespective, right? I don't take it for granted, and you know, I hope we are still able to do more of this, right? And for everyone that was able to join us, and everyone that will be watching this video live after this session, I appreciate you for coming to listen to me. Right. So just before I leave, I want to say just 2 things here. Personal branding, like I said earlier on, is a lot, and you can see that I have to just rush through some of these things, and I have to just cut down on some of these things, right? So I also offer consultation services and all that on this, right? So if you are interested, you can just send a DM, or you need to know more about this, just send a DM, and we'll be able to continue our conversations from there. One thing I can promise you is you will surely get a discount if you inform me that you are coming from this live session. You'll surely get a discount from that. And then the second thing is, I have a book out. The book is out from passion to profit. From passion to profit. You know, most of us say, I don't even have a brand. Well, why should I be building a personal brand? I don't even have this. But you know, you are passionate about something, but you don't even know how to monetize it, right? So this book basically addresses all these things, right? From passion to profit. I'm trying to, let me see if I can get it. You just check my link in my bio. Check the link in my bio. You should be able to get it. It's just a simple guide to discovering and monetizing your passion. A simple guide to discovering and monetizing your passion. Then from there, you can surely, when you've discovered your passion and you're monetizing, you are on the journey to monetizing your passion, then you will discover that, yes, I have a personal brand. And this is a way my personal brand can influence my passion positively to make money for me, because that money is important. Right. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So please, let's go ahead to buy the book, and then also going to offer consultations and all of that. Thank you so much, Mr. Prince Tosin, for obviously coming on our platform. Okay, Diversity Global, on your way there, no wala now. It's going to see you there, no problem. So thank you so much. And then I also want to mention I don't know, for some of us that probably be following my updates on the page, I've been posting about a webinar on power of effective communication. It's 5,000 naira. We are starting tomorrow, so if you're also willing to join us, you're going to be learning about how to be able to communicate interpersonal relationship. You know, a lot of persons struggle with having to reach out to people, having to open up, even having to communicate. You get at a point you are speaking and then nobody seems to understand what you're saying, and they just want to improve your communication skills. So we are starting tomorrow and we are still very open to registrations. If you are willing to join us, you can also join us. So I think that'll be all for today. Thank you so much. I hope to have you again, Mr. Prince. Maybe this time around, maybe in a physical gathering this time around, maybe.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time.
Let's take the conversation behind the scene here. Have a conversation.
No problem. Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a great night rest. Thank you so much, Mr. Prince, once again for such a wonderful time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So bye, everybody. See you again next week.